Hey guys, Cam McClellan here. Welcome to today's Wealth WOD. I'm here with Michelle Enger. Thanks for joining us, Michelle.
Hi.
Just to give you a bit of background, Michelle was the customer service manager in a previous telco business, and when I needed someone who was awesome to look after our clients and our client service team over here, I thought of Michelle straight away, so brought her across. She's been with us now. The main function Michelle organises for clients, or what impacts them, what they see, is basically getting tenants into properties. A lot of people worry about tenants, but really what Michelle does well is she manages property managers, because they're really the tricky ones. So I've asked Michelle to make a few notes and just to talk a little bit about how she organises good property managers and how she organises tenants, because the property managers are very, it's hard to pin them down. As soon as you get a good one, they move. So give us a rundown. What have you got for us today?
No worries. So with property managers, you definitely get what you pay for. The first thing I look for is excellent regular communication. You should never ever have to chase your property manager for updates. They should be following you up on a weekly basis. Now, they must have strong knowledge of the local market. No point having someone who has no idea about the local area.
Yeah.
Ideally, when looking at property managers, have a look at their portfolio and see how quickly they lease properties. We like to have someone who can lease properties within 4 weeks or so. Now, you want someone who offers quality advertising. Photos do count for a lot. You want professional photos, not...
So you mean 4 weeks from a new property, so from a data handover, basically you've got someone ready to go on data handover, but you might start advertising 4 weeks out to get
Absolutely,
someone. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then if it's a turnover, making sure that they're advertising before the tenants leave, so they've got someone to slot straight in afterwards.
Absolutely. So after the first inspection, building inspection, we like to have the first open for inspection carried out the following day,
Yep.
4 weeks from that point. And ideally, we like to have tenants in the property before we, tenants lined up before we send off the final invoice to the clients as well.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
How do you go about interviewing a property manager? I mean, so say if I'm new to an area, I haven't got it, I pick up the phone, I talk to a property manager, what are the key things I should be asking them, and what responses should I get?
Absolutely. Well, you definitely want a property manager who's opening the property for open for inspection twice per week, a midweek inspection and a weekend inspection for maximum exposure. You want someone who's got strict selection criteria and who agrees with what we agree with. The strict selection criteria we have is affordability for the client, their income, how long they've been in a job for.
Is there a calculation on affordability? Or?
Absolutely. So we go by their net income, we times it by 30%, and that will give us their affordability. If they don't reach that, unfortunately, they may not be successful. We just need to ensure that we've got tenants in the property who can afford to pay the rent. We also look for things like the bonds being returned in full. That's saying that our property managers have to follow up with their previous property manager. No rental arrears, and general all-around positive feedback from the previous agents as well. So we always look for property managers to obviously be able to obtain that sort of information from the previous property manager.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. When it comes to tenants, what do you look for in tenants? I know the criteria that you guys use is a little more stringent than standard property managers. Really, property managers, if they can get someone in and they can get a landlord, it's the landlord's responsibility ultimately to say yes to a tenant or not. So
Absolutely.
The property manager will present a few tenants that are a little bit dodgy, so I know your criteria is a little bit more stringent. So
Absolutely. So again, time in their job, income, affordability. We also look for feedback from their employer as well.
Yeah, nice one.
We have the property manager make contact with the HR department of the employer to ensure that their income is what they're saying it is as well. So we look for things like that.
Obviously the areas you're in have got a reasonably low vacancy rate, but one thing I just wanted to point out, and one method that I've always used over the years is taking $10 under the market rent to get someone in. If you think of the average property is $400 a week, so over a month that's $1,600. If you've got your property vacant for a whole month because you're trying to get the top dollar for your property when there's other properties on the market, by dropping your rent $10, yes, you're going to miss out on $520 over the year, so you're going to miss out on 52 times $10 over the year, but you've got a tenant in your property, and if your property sits vacant for 1 month, well, you've lost $1,600, so which is better? So you've just got to make that decision.
Absolutely.
So I'll always go in at $10 below the market value when I'm trying to tenant a property out, but when it comes to releasing my properties, regardless of what the market conditions are, every single time I'll minimally put up my property $5. I'll then raise it $10 or $20 if the market needs it, but every single time, regardless of whether the property manager says yes or no, I'll put it up $5 because I have to get the tenant used to the price going up. If it sits there for a couple of years and they haven't had an increase, they really get the sads about when you do jack it up $10 or $15. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's just about getting them used to having a little bit of an increase each time they sign up. And the other way to look at it is if you put up the rent $5 or $10 even, yes, we just said $10 a week is $500 over a year. It costs more than that for a tenant to hire a truck and to move out. So the tenant will usually cop a $10 increase because it's cheaper than moving out and paying $500 for and organising a new bond and all those sort of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Anything else? Are you pretty happy with it?
Yeah.
You happy with that one?
Yeah.
Thanks very much for coming. I've got a little present for you today. Here you go, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
No,
Cheers.
Cheers, shot.